When we think of ancient superpowers, our minds instantly go to the pyramids of Egypt or the grand palaces of Babylon. But history hid a massive secret. Right at the same time, a civilization thrived that was twice the size of Egypt and Mesopotamia combined. It housed over 5 million people. They had indoor plumbing, dental care, and massive cities. Yet, they had no kings, no palaces, and absolutely no weapons of war. They vanished into thin air, leaving behind a language that absolutely no one on Earth can read. Who were these people? And how did they build a utopian superpower that history somehow forgot? Before we dive into the mind-blowing secrets mainstream history books left out, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We unearth forgotten histories every single week, and you won't want to miss our upcoming deep dive into lost underwater cities. Drop a comment below if you've ever heard of this civilization before. For thousands of years, this entire empire slept under mounds of dirt in modern-day Pakistan and India. In the 1920s, British officers looking for gravel to build a railway stumbled upon millions of unusually sturdy baked bricks. They started using them as tracks, completely unaware they were destroying 4,000-year-old structures. When archaeologists finally stepped in, they realized this wasn't just a few buried houses. It was a massive network of over 1,000 settlements spanning nearly 500,000 square miles. This was the Indus Valley, or Harappan civilization. And right away, it broke every single rule of history. In Egypt, we found the pyramids built for pharaohs. In Mesopotamia, grand temples for elite priests. But in the Indus Valley, archaeologists found exactly 0 palaces, 0 giant statues of rulers, and 0 temples. Instead, they found something much more shocking for the ancient world: comfort for everyone. Let's look at the things you were never taught in school. First, they were obsessed with perfection. Every single city, whether it was Harappa or Mohenjo-Daro, was built on a perfect grid system. Think of modern Manhattan, but 4,500 years ago. Even crazier, every single brick used across hundreds of miles followed an identical, standardized 4:2:1 ratio. Imagine a civilization spanning 3 modern countries today using the exact same brick dimensions without internet, phones, or global shipping. But their real superpower wasn't bricks, it was water. While London was still dumping raw sewage into the River Thames in the 1800s, the Indus people had mastered sanitation by 2500 BCE. Almost every single home had a private bathroom with a sit-down toilet. Waste traveled down clay pipes into brick-lined covered street drains. They even had manholes for city workers to clear out blockages. They also built the world's first public swimming pool, known as the Great Bath. It was waterproofed with a layer of natural tar. But notice what's missing: no monuments to a king. This was a public space built for the community. If you think public pools and plumbing are impressive, the smaller details of daily Indus life get even weirder. Did you know they practiced advanced dentistry? Archaeologists found human skulls in Mehrgarh dating back 9,000 years, showing perfect concentric holes drilled into molars. They were using flint drills to fix tooth decay long before the invention of anesthesia. They were also obsessed with honesty. They created a highly sophisticated system of weights and measures. They used tiny church stone cubes to weigh goods. These weights were so precise that their smallest unit was a mere 0.28 grams. From the biggest city to the smallest village, these weights were identical. Fraud was virtually impossible. This precision allowed them to become the ultimate global traders. We have found Indus seals and beaded jewelry deep inside the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia. Cuneiform tablets from Iraq actually mention trade with a wealthy, distant land they called Meluha, which we now know was the Indus Valley. They exported luxury cotton textiles and precious carnelian beads, making them the economic engine of the ancient world. With all this technology, why don't we know their stories? Why don't we know the name of a single Indus hero, general, or merchant? Because of this. This is the Indus script. It consists of roughly 400 unique symbols, often paired with drawings of animals like elephants, tigers, and a mysterious one-horned creature. For a century, the world's greatest linguists, cryptographers, and even modern AI models have tried to crack it. They have all failed. Unlike the Rosetta Stone, which helped us decode Egyptian hieroglyphs by offering a Greek translation, we have no bilingual text for the Indus script. Until we decode it, this massive superpower will remain completely silent. And then, around 1900 BCE, the entire empire began to crumble. For a long time, historians thought they were wiped out by violent invaders. But modern forensics proved that theory wrong. No signs of massacres were ever found. Instead, the planet changed. The monsoon rains shifted, and the critical Gagahakra river system began to dry up. Without water to feed their massive populations, the grid cities were slowly abandoned. The people didn't die out. They fractured into smaller groups and migrated south and east, blending into the fabric of the Indian subcontinent. The Indus Valley Civilization proves that human progress isn't always a straight line. 4,000 years ago, humans built a society based on cleanliness, equality, precision, and peace, achieving a standard of living that parts of the world still struggle to reach today. They didn't leave behind temples of blood or palaces of gold. They left behind a blueprint for a better society. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.